Boy, stop.
It's about to be a girl fight.
Subliminal, broke Valentine,
Big boy here.
a little gun. Yeah, okay, baby. What? Girl fighting
So I said I was going to have a Melody versus Ariel video. And so far, Disney Jasmine 01 is voting for Melody, and Kitty Low 9 is voting for Ariel. But I made this video when I really did some deep thought into both Ariel and Melody. Even though Little Mermaid 2 was a terrible sequel, I mean, it was a waste of time. It was Little Mermaid just remixed. I feel like Melody is a better character than Ariel. Or at least she has some of the qualities that Ariel seemed to lack a little bit. So this is like the comparison between the two. Like, their life. I feel like Melody is a better character than Ariel. Or at least she has some of the qualities that Ariel seemed to lack a little bit. So this is like the comparison between the two. Ariel's life, she is the favorite younger daughter of King Triton. She is motherless but beloved by her sisters and has many friends of her own. Sebastian, Flounder, Urchin if you watch the TV show. So she has a very happy and content life under the sea. Melody is an only child with a strained relationship with her mother. She has no siblings and no friends. She's a social outcast. I mean, Scuttle and Sebastian aren't really her friends, more of her guardians. So she really doesn't have anyone to talk to. And the only people she can really talk to are fish. And she's not allowed to even be in the water. And so you have Ariel, who is pretty much a social butterfly. She gets along with the people and around Atlantica, and she's fine. Melody, on the other hand, sucks. Her life sucks. Even though she's a princess, she has no friends, no companions, and her relationship with her mother is strained. Ariel's relationship with King Triton is strained, but like her sisters and her friends, Melody does not. Because her dad, I don't really see Eric being that involved in her life. I really don't see him being that active at all. So I can't really be too sure about that. Reasons for loving the land and reasons for loving the sea. Ariel has been given no reason for loving the land at all. I mean, even in her backstory, I think some person just saved Flounder and she's like, oh, not all humans are bad, and then that was it. And then she wants to leave, her home with her family that loves her to be with a guy she's only known for 3 days. Well, she doesn't even know him for 3 days when she does the whole agreement with Ursula. She's seen him once. She falls in love with him, and then 3 days later she decides that she's going to marry him. Melody, on the other hand, is a half mermaid. The sea is part of who she is. It's a part of her heritage, And so she does have a connection to it, and more of a spiritual, physical connection to the sea than Ariel has for the land. Ariel has no connection to the land prior to any of this. So Melody has a better reason for loving the sea than Ariel does for having the land. And then we go on to them running away. Now I'll say this, King Triton goes into his whole rage, and that's what pushes Ariel over the top. But Triton has never lied to Ariel about humans. The humans are dangerous, and he has a legitimate reason for saying that. Because Ariel's mother was killed by humans when they were trying to raid the mermaids, and Athena got crushed in between the ship. So he has a reason to fear humans and to fear for his daughter's safety concerning humans. He has never lied to Ariel about the fact why he thinks humans are dangerous and why he thinks land is dangerous. And he pushes Ariel to run away from him completely when he blows up all her things after he's told her repeatedly, don't do this. I'm not saying he was right for destroying all her stuff, but he has a very valid point. Ariel also has a very valid point with her fear of Morgana. However, what Ariel does is that she lies to Melody about who she is. Melody is a social outcast because she talks to fish and has this weird obsession with the sea. If Melody had known that she was half mermaid, she wouldn't have those problems. She wouldn't be having all these questions because she will know the reason why I can do this is because I'm half mermaid. I mean, that whole part of her life was cut out. And, she never knew why she wasn't like normal people. And because Ariel lied to her. And when she finds out that she lied, that's why she runs away. I'm not saying that Triton's rage is not as, impact worthy to make Ariel run away, but Melody's is deeper because Ariel lied to Melody her entire life. She told her to stay away from the sea, never gave her any explanation about it at all. At least Triton has his point. Your mother was killed by humans. Humans eat fish. That's what our people are. Ariel gives Melody nothing, just to stay away from the sea, and she expects it to be done. Takes away all the heritage of the ocean, everything. That annoyed me. In terms of heroism, Melody actually saves the day in Little Mermaid 2. Like, it's because of her. She's the one that gets the Triton from Morgana and gives it back to King Triton. Like, she is the hero. Where Ariel, in the entire ending, tries not to get blasted by Ursula. The one thing she does do is when she grips Ursula's hair, but she doesn't really do any damage. She just kills Flotsam and Jetsam. But for the rest of that, she spends the whole movie trying not to get crushed, trying not to get zapped by Ursula. So she's not heroic. Melody is heroic in the end. She ends up saving the day. It's because she was half human. That part of her human side helped her to save the kingdom. So Melody is more of a hero in that sense than Ariel is. And as for the ending, which makes me laugh, Ariel leaves her loving family and friends and her species to marry a man she has known for less than a week. And she's fine with that, you know. She doesn't show any regrets of leaving her family. She's like, I love you, Daddy, but, you know, you're 16 years old. You have a family that really loves you. Like, Triton, even with all his, like, his yelling and stuff, he does it because he has a legitimate concern for his daughter's well-being. But he loves her, and the sisters love her. And yet Ariel leaves that all behind for a guy she doesn't even know. Melody has had a crappy life living on the land. She has a completely legitimate reason to not want to be there anymore. She's been ostracized by humans. Her parents have lied to her entire life. She's been living like this whole lie her entire life. And she could start over in the sea where she found her first friends, found acceptance with the little mare people. And so she would have probably had a better life there. But she doesn't choose that. She doesn't choose to leave her family, who she knows deep down love her and care about her. She doesn't just give them away for like to start this whole new life. No, she's like, we'll break down the wall that separated us and we'll come together. Like, she doesn't make that separation. She's both human and mermaid, and so she finds that part in herself to fit into both worlds. Ariel cuts herself off from the other world completely, and you can't say that she doesn't, because she does so in Little Mermaid too. She cuts herself off from the ocean for 13 years. If you include the year which she had Melody, that's 13 years she hasn't been with her father, her sisters, her friends, except for maybe Sebastian. And so, you know, you have these two characters, very similar, but the motivations are totally different. Even though Melody is 12, she shows twice as much maturity as Ariel does that entire movie. I mean, it's really annoying. I mean, Ariel has a perfect life, a near perfect life. She just wants what she just cannot have. Melody's life is not perfect. She has a lot of problems dealing with it. She's a social outcast. And when she finally finds acceptance, she doesn't even run away from that. She wants to find a way to deal with both her lives. Ariel does not do that. And that's why I think that even though Ariel is a great character on her own, she has her good points as well as her bad points. But I think between Melody and Ariel, Melody is the better character. But that's just me. And I think this would be a good discussion for Disney fans because, you know, you see the 2 points that I'm trying to make. So which one do you think, with all the things I'm saying, and taking into your own things in consideration, is better? For me, the winner is Melody. I think that she has the maturity, the motivation, and the willpower that Ariel lacks in her movies. And that's just me. But welcome to any comments and retorts. See ya.